Hello everyone, I am back again for it's been a little bit. It's been about 5 days, yeah. Couldn't get anyone to actually help me with the video. So I'm doing this is an iceberg. I haven't done an iceberg, so I thought, why not this? So since I am not going to read six layers in one video, because I will literally break my brain, I'm going to do the first video as the first layer, and then second layer as these, and you guys probably get it. So alright, you guys ready? So number one on the iceberg, John F. Kennedy. This is John F. Kennedy. So he was assassinated by another person on this iceberg, actually. His name was Lee Harvey Oswald. So basically, let me just, you people probably already know this, but I'm gonna do this again. Let's do this one last time. So JFK, he was driving down the road. He's like this. It's just going down. This is him. He's in a convertible. He's there. He's waving to the people. He's like, hi. Then Mr. Lee Harvey Oswald over here shoots him while he's waving to the people. So he falls onto the car. And like his brains are like, oh no, I just closed out the iceberg. Okay, I still have the other iceberg. I was about to cry for a second. I was so sad. Need a little less. So I'm just gonna. So JFK, basically JFK. He's the most famous assassination you all probably know about. John Quell F. Kennedy. John Quell, yes, his name is, yeah, so basically, yeah. Alright. The next thing we are going to do, Abraham Lincoln. So this is another thing. On April 15th, 1865, so I'll just get to the wiki page. Assassination, where is the assassination? Let me just get over here. This is gonna take a bit, just a little bit. Okay, so John Wilkes Booth was John Wilkes Booth was a well-known actor and Confederate spy from Maryland. Though he never joined the Confederate Army, he had contacts with the Confederate Secret Service. After attending an April 11th, 1865 speech where Lincoln promoted voting rights for blacks, Booth hatched a plot to assassinate the president. While Booth learns of the Lincoln's intent to attend the play with General Grant, he planned to assassinate Lincoln and Grant at Fort Sumter. Lincoln and his wife attended the play Our American Cousin on the evening of April 14th, just 5 days after the Union victory of the Battle of the Potomac's courthouse. The minute Grant decides to go to New Jersey to visit his children instead of attending the play. On April 14th, 1865, hours before he was assassinated, Lincoln signed legislation establishing the U.S. Secret Service, and at 10:15 in the evening, Booth entered the back of Lincoln's theater bag, crept up from behind, and fired at the back of Lincoln's head, mortally wounding him. Lincoln's guest, Major Henry Rathbone, momentarily grappled with Booth, but Booth stabbed him and escaped. After being attended by Dr. Charles DeLeo and two other judges, Lincoln was taken across the street to a Pearson house. After remaining in a coma for 8 hours, Lincoln died in in 7:22 in the morning on April 15th. Stanton saluted and said, "Now he belongs to the ages." Lincoln's body was placed in a flag coffin, which was loaded into a hearse and escorted to the White House by Union soldiers. President Johnson was sworn in later that day. He was tracked and informed and shot Boston Corbett. So he's shot by a surgeon. So this is basically him. It's right here. Gun, head. Gun, head. Do you know what happens when gun goes into head? Not that great. He gets shot. Alright, number 3. Julius Caesar. Okay, we gotta go way back to 1976. I'm kidding. 100 BC. We gotta go to 44 BC. So basically, let me just do this. How did he die? I don't know. Let me just find the assassination thing. While he was still campaigning in his bond, the Senate bestowed honors on Caesar. Caesar had not proscribed his enemies, instead of pardoning almost all, and there was no serious public opposition to him. Great games and the celebrations were held in April to honor Caesar's victory at Munda. Protect rights and instrument. Many Romans found this triumph held following Caesar's victory to be imposed states, and those defeated in the Civil War had not been foreigners, but instead fellow Romans. On Caesar's return to Italy in September 45th BC, he filed his will, naming his grandnephew Gaius Octavius Augustus, later known as Augustus Caesar, his personal heir, and leaving the vast estate and property, including his name. Caesar also wrote that it came by before Caesar dead, Decimus Junius Brutus Albinus would be the next heir in the succession. In his will, he left. First assassination. Who was he? Several Senators had conspired to assassinate Caesar. Mark Antony, having vaguely learned of the plot night from a terrible literary named Servilius Casca, and fearing the worst, went to head Caesar off. The plotters, however, had anticipated this, and fearing that Antony would come to Caesar's aid, had arranged for Trebonius to intercept him as approached the portico of the Theatre of Pompey, where the session was to be held, and the team outside. Politic, however, assigns the second of descending Antony to Brutus Albinus. When he heard the commotion from the Senate chamber, Antony fled. Till his guard presented him. So 60 men participated in the assassination. So he was stabbed 23 times. Brutus. So this is him, bro's getting grouped on, stabbed, dying. Two Brute, you probably know that. So, alright, we're done with that now. So it's number 4, MLK. Martin Luther King. He was an American Baptist minister. You know this. So basically, things. Yes, I'm kidding. So, Martin Luther King. So basically, he was so basically he was show. He was the most prominent leader in the civil rights movement from 1955 all the way into his session in 1968. Cannot have. I have a dream. You know that speech, right? You have a dream. So. Ba 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 da ba 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 skip ba boo 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 doo boo 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 doo boo 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 doo doo boo 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 doo boo boo boo. Gotta find. There we go. On March 29th, 1968, King went to Memphis, Tennessee in support of the black sanitary public works employees who were represented by Assassinations Locals 1733. The workers had been on strike since March 12th for high wages and better treatment. Wanting to bring the pay for 7 hours and were sent home because of bad weather, but paid employees were paid for the full day. Then I got to Memphis and blah 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 blah. He was fatally shot by James Earl Ray at 6:01 p.m. Thursday on April 4th, 1968, as he stood on the motel's second floor balcony. The bullet entered through his right cheek, smashing his jaw and traveled down on his spinal cord before lodging in his shoulder. Abbott never heard a shot from inside the motel and ran to find King on the floor. Jackson said after the shooting, he cradled King's head and as King lay on the balcony, but this account was disputed by other colleagues of King. Jackson later changed his statement to say he had reached out for King. He had the heart of the 16-year-old. So basically, this guy, he's anti-Vietnam. So this is him, Lyndon B. Johnson. Lyndon B. Johnson does not look happy. He's just like, okay, and. So, Archduke Franz Ferdinand and Sophie, Duchess of Oldenburg. That is a mouthful. So, Franz Ferdinand, you might have heard of him. He was a cause of not the rock band. No, not Franz Ferdinand. I spelled that wrong so horribly wrong. I do not. There we go. So, he was the heir presumptive to the throne of Austria-Hungary. So, he was assassinated by who? The Black Hand decided to assassinate him because he perceived the threat of Serbian independence. So, basically, him and his wife were assassinated. It's just him. It's him here. It's him. Him. So yeah. Trust the facts. So he's shot right here. He's shot and running like now, please, now. So this was the cause of World War I. His assassination. So this dude basically caused the First World War, and yeah. So this was his wife, who was also assassinated on the exact same day. She was also assassinated. She's right here, shot by, I don't know who she was shot by. I have absolutely no idea. Do not ask me, please. So, he was killed by Garvillo Princip. Try saying that twice. So this is him. This is God. This is him. This is him right now. He started World War I just by murdering someone. Yeah. So, how much we have left? Was that Vitek cabin? Yeah, I don't know what that says either. So, going arena. It says cabin or rabbin? It says rabbin. Okay. So he was a Israeli politician. He was a 5th prime minister of Israel, serving 2 terms and rested. He is from 1992 to his assassination in 1995. Bleh. So yeah, he was a prime minister. This is him right here. He's very old, as you can see. This thing. It's him again. Him. He's a smoker. He's a little smoker-rooney. Yeah, it's gonna be one of my longest videos. I'm sorry about that. So he was killed by Yigal Amir. He was a right-wing extremist who was assassinated. Yeah. So he was 25 when he committed the assassination of this guy right here. This guy, he was... Now I have to do math. 68, I think. I'm probably wrong. You can figure that out yourself, because I am not doing that. So basically, took place of November 5th, 1955, 12 March 56 on Hebrews calendar at 12:21:30 at the end of rally in support of the Oslo Accords of the kings of Israel until the assassin of the ultra-national named directly opposed him. Blah, 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 blah. So Rabin walked down State Hall steps as he entered his car. Amir approached from the car from the rear and fired 2 shots at Rabin with a Beretta F4. Same amount of pistol. He was hit in the abdomen of chest. Amir was immediately subdued and by Rabin's bodyguards and police on the scene and fires 3rd shot bodyguard Joram Reuben during the struggle, lightning wounding him. Amir was arrested on the scene with the murder weapon. He was taken to the station only a few blocks away. So yeah. Poor guy just got assassinated. Alright. So we are going to Malcolm X. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 more. So let's go RFK. So it was JFK and RFK. So RFK was a United States Attorney General. So basically, it's itching right now. Sorry. Is Ethel Kennedy still alive? She is. Wow. Very sick. So he beat 9/7 So basically, he was the younger brother of JFK. He was assassinated 3 years after this. This is him and JFK right here. Where basically RFK was, he had more of a swoop down here. He swooped down here like a, I don't know, like a, figure it out. Starring Chris Fine. That he was assassinated at the Ambassador Hotel. So he gave a speech. A little speech. He was killed by Sirhan. Yes, Sirhan. This guy has the same last name and first name. It's like 19. No, not 90. So he's 19. But so I have to do math. So he's 24 when he assassinated this dude. 42. So he's quite a lot younger, but still, look at this dude. Look, see, he will not release him on parole. So how did he kill him? How did he kill him? It was 58. This was 55 years ago. Shortly after midnight, RFK was shot by Sirhan at the Ambassador Hotel last night. It was pronounced dead at 1:44 p.m. a.m. PDT the following day. He was a senator from New York and a candidate for the 1968 Democratic Party presidential primaries. On June 4, 1968, he won the California and South Dakota primary elections. He addressed his campaign and supporters in the Ambassador Hotel's embassy ballroom. After leaving the podium and exiting through a kitchen hallway, he was mortally wounded by multiple shots fired by Sirhan. Kennedy died at Good Samaritan Hospital nearly 26 hours later. His body was buried at Arlington National Cemetery near his brother JFK's grave. Sirhan was a Palestinian who had strong anti-Zionism and pro-Palestine belief. In 1969, he testified that he would kill Kennedy with 20 years of malice aforethought. He was convicted and sentenced to death due to the court case People vs. Anderson. His sentence was commuted to life in prison in 1972 with the possibility of parole. As of January 2022, his parole case had been denied 16 times. Kennedy's assassination prompted the Secret Service to protect presidential candidates. Hubert Humphrey. Yeah, he's a pharmacist too. They became the Democratic nominee, but ultimately lost an election to Republican candidate Richard Nixon. So, Watergate. Kennedy's assassination has led to several conspiracies. No credible evidence has emerged that Sirhan was not the shooter, or he did not act alone. He describes 4 larger assassinators in the United States that occurred during the 1960s. The 1960s were a bunch of assassinations. You used Ivor Johnson. So, right. We are going to Malcolm X. We have not done Malcolm X yet, have we? No. Malcolm X was also a Muslim minister and human rights activist who was prominent figure, a spokesman for Nation of Islam until 1964. He was a vocal advocate for black empowerment and the promotion of Islam in the black community. So basically, he was black. Pakistan. Yes. So this is him. This is him right here. So he was, instead of not doing non-violence, he did violence. And violence. So it's Malcolm Little. He's same exact age as MLK too. Later, his father died in a streetcar accident in Boston. Malcolm found his arrest for larceny. So, bro was in prison. He was in prison. Doing Republicans so young began to refuse pork, believing that white people were devils. Everyone he had with me had been tainted by dishonesty, injustice, greed, and hatred. But he also earned him the prison nickname Satan. Became receptive to the message of the nation. Wrote to blah 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 blah. Yeah. So, see how he might accuse him of being automatically contains several anti-Semitic charges and characters of Jews. Alex Haley, the autobiography's co-author, had to rewrite some of the book to eliminate a number of negative statements about Jews in the manuscript. Malcolm X believed that the fabricated anti-Semitic protocols to others of Jews was authentic and introduced it to NOI members, which while also blaming the Jewish people for perfecting the non-evil. Okay, let's go to the assassination. So, bro. Why are you considered? Need Malcolm X. When did he die? Why does he have a gun? That was dumb. I'm sorry that was so insane. Basically just speed reading. I'm just like, why does he have a gun? So on February 19th, 1961, Malcolm X told an interviewer going back to the Nation of Islam was actively trying to kill him. On February 21st, 1965, he was preparing to address the OAO at Audubon Bell, summoned in 400-person audience, yelled, "Get your hand out my pocket." He's probably got a scroll this way. The man was running strong once in the past with a sawed-off shotgun. The two other men staged firing semi-automatic handguns. He was pronounced at 3:30 p.m. shortly after arriving at Columbia Presbyterian Hospital. The autopsy identified 21 gunshot wounds to the chest, left shoulder, and arms and legs, including 10 buckshot wounds from the initial shotgun blast. So, how much hair? You see him right there. So let's go to John Lennon. We're almost done, guys, I hope. You people know what the story. John Lennon's member of the Beatles. He was assassinated by... So I'll show you the last picture of him was him with his fan signing his fan in quotes signing what's it called? I forgot. It's called, I don't know. He gave him autograph. That's what it's called. He gave him his autograph. So, autograph. Mark Chapman. This is Mark Chapman's right here. Mark Chapman right here. He was Delta 9 porn. So basically, as Lennon walked into the archway of his apartment building in Dakota, Chapman shot Lennon from a few yards away with a child arms undercover .38 special revolver. He shot him because he was inspired by the fictional Connor Holden Caulfield from J.D. Salinger's novel The Catcher in the Rye. A phony killer who loathes hypocrisy. So, let's go on to the last two. So, let's talk about Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi was an anti-colonial nationalist, non-violent resistance, blah blah blah. So he was assassinated in 1948 when he was 78 years old. So, out of all the people who were assassinated, he was the only one that at least had a good life. He had a long life, so he was called bar. Sorry, someone's doing something back of my house. So when rolling, just bop 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 bop.
What?
So let me go down. Let me go down, 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 down. This is Sam right here. Down, 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 down. Gandhiism. I'm just gonna look up his assassination. I can't do this anymore. So basically, he was assassinated on 30th by a compound of the Birla House, now Gandhi Samitri, a large mansion in central New Delhi. His assassin was Nathormia Vinayak Godse, a Chaptit Brahmin from Pune, Maharashtra, a Hindu nationalist. I probably pronounced all of that wrong, but I do not care. His right hand prominently, as well as Godse considered Gandhi to be too accommodating to Pakistan during the partition of India in the previous year. Sometime after 5 p.m., according to Western gunners, had reached the top of steps leading to the race behind the Birla House, where he had been conducting multiple prayer meetings every evening. As Gandhi began to walk around the day, Godse stepped out from the crowd and franking Gandhi's wrath and fired 3 bullets into Gandhi's chest and abdomen at point-blank range. Gandhi fell to the ground. He was carried back to his room in Birla House, where the representative emerged sometimes later to announce his death. Godse was captured by members of the compromise. Widely reported of him was Herbert Wiener Jr. career, so he helped. So basically, this is his memorial right here. Perpetrator Nathormia Gandhi. How old was he? He was only 39. Died cancer. Blah blah blah. So he's dead now. He's a for 1 more year. Benazir Bhutto. I spelled that wrong. Benazir Bhutto. She was a prime minister of Pakistan. She was exiled from the country. So basically, she was waving to the ground. She was giving a speech, and she's like, blah, blah, blah. So, you want to know how I know this? Because I'm learning about Malala Yousafzai. So, Malala watched. This was on live TV, I believe. Benazir get shot, and then she fell into the car, and she died. Yes. So, she was former Prime Minister. This is her right here, you see. She looks like... Who was she assassinated by? Good question. I said, who was she assassinated by? She was assassinated by a suicide bomber called Bilal. Gunmen opened fire at her bulletproof vehicle, bombed and exploded and killed her. Yeah. So yeah, the 13th Prime Minister of Pakistan started from 1988 to 1990, again in 1993 to 1996. She was the first woman to blah. Alright, so guys, we are finally done with that video. By the way, this is still not the end. We still have 5 more to go through. So that's why I decided let's cut this off into like a couple things. So yeah. Next one will be, I don't know. But you guys gotta trust me that I will try to come out with them every like week or like a couple days or so. And I hope you like this video, and this is my first Iceberg video, so that's good too. This is a very long video, so I cannot imagine how long the others are gonna be, and so I hope you guys like this series. Alright. Bye guys! Bye! Bye!